Welcome to the Soul Session with Samira Serafini. You landed here for a reason. You're ready to heal your heart, embody authentic confidence, and soften into your feminine energy. It's time to live in true alignment and manifest a blissful life. Let's begin. Hello, my loves. Welcome to the Soul Session. I'm Samira Serafini, your intuitive therapist, and this is not an episode to just listen to. This is a session I want to take you with me on a journey. A space for you to feel, to breathe, to witness something in yourself that has been asking to be seen. So before we begin, I want you to get comfortable. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And I'm so happy to have you here with me today. Today we're going to talk about something that so many women experience but struggle to name. Why you keep attracting or staying with emotionally unavailable partners. And I want to say this right at the beginning. If this is you, you're not broken. You're not choosing wrong because you're damaged or desperate or unworthy. What's happening is much deeper than that. And it's not about them. It's about a part of you that's still learning how to be available for mature and consistent love. So let me ask you something. Have you ever been with someone who was inconsistent? They text you all day one week, then disappear the next? Have you felt that intense chemistry with someone, the kind that makes your heart race, but then notice they never actually follow through? Promises without action, intensity without commitment. Or maybe you've been with someone who seemed perfect on paper, but emotionally they just weren't there. They couldn't open up, couldn't be vulnerable, and couldn't meet you in intimacy. And here's the thing that I want you to notice. It's not just about them being unavailable. It's that you stayed or you kept going back. A part of you kept hoping they would change at some point. And if you are honest with yourself, this isn't the first time. There's a pattern here. So here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to help you understand why this pattern exists. Not so you can judge yourself, not so you can feel ashamed, but so you can finally see the truth. This pattern is not about bad luck. It's about an internal dynamic that you can shift. I'm going to introduce you to a framework from Transactional Analysis, a way of understanding how we operate in relationships based on different parts of ourselves, the parent, the adult, and the child. And I'm going to show you how, when you are operating from your child, the part of you that's still waiting to be chosen, still trying to earn love, you will unconsciously choose partners who confirm that old story. But when you shift into your adult, the part of you that evaluates, that chooses, that knows her worth, everything changes. The type of love you accept changes. The type of partner you attract changes. Your entire experience of intimacy changes. And by the end of this episode, you're going to leave with clarity, understanding, and a practice to help you embody this shift in your nervous system. So here's what we will cover. First, I'm going to help you understand what's really happening beneath the surface. Why your system is attracted to someone who is emotional unavailable. Then, we will explore the concept of emotional hunger from transactional analysis and how it shapes the kind of love you're willing to accept. Next, I'll introduce you the 3 states of ego and show you which part of you is running the show in your love life. We'll move into a practice, a systemic somatic exercise to help you release the old pattern and open to the new. And finally, we'll integrate everything so you can walk away knowing you're not wrong. You are just operating from an old system. And after this session, you can choose differently. So take another breath with me. And let's begin. So here's the first thing that I need you to understand. In transactional analysis, there is a concept called strokes. It is a simple word for something profound. Recognition, acknowledgement, attention. As children, we need strokes to survive. Not just physically, but emotionally. We need to know, I exist, I matter, I am seen. And the quality of the strokes we received in childhood, how we were loved, how we were seen, and what we had to do in order to get attention, becomes the blueprint for what we accept as adults. So if you grow up in a home where love was inconsistent, where you only got attention when you were performing, achieving, or in crisis, your system learned something dangerous. Love is something I earn. Love is something I chase. Love is something that comes and goes. And as an adult, when you meet someone who is emotionally available, someone who's steady, consistent, and present, your system doesn't recognize it as love. It feels flat, boring, like something is missing, because your nervous system was trained on a different diet, a diet of emotional scarcity, of crumbs. So you find yourself drawn to partners who are inconsistent, who are almost there, who make it you work for it. Not because you're broken, but because this is what feels familiar. This is what your child learned to call love. Now, here's where it gets deeper. If you keep attracting emotionally unavailable partners, it's not just bad luck. It is a mirror. And I say this with so much compassion. A part of you is also unavailable. Not unavailable in the same way they are, but unavailable for mature adult love. Let me explain what I mean. Bear with me. When you are with someone who's emotionally unavailable, you get to stay in a very specific role. The one who waits, the one who hopes, the one who tries harder. And as long as you are in that role, you never have to face the scariest question. If someone actually show up for me consistently, fully, openly, could I receive it? Could I trust in him? Could I stay? Because here's the truth. Receiving mature love requires you to be emotionally available to yourself, to know your worth without needing to prove it, to trust without needing to control, to be seen without needing to perform to get attention. And if you didn't learn that as a child, it feels terrifying as an adult. So you stay with people who can fully meet you because it is safer, because it's familiar mostly. Because as long as they are unavailable, you don't have to risk being truly seen. And that's not your fault. That's your system trying to protect you. But it's also keeping you from the love you actually want. Here's something really important I want you to understand. The feeling you get when you meet someone emotionally unavailable, the butterflies, the obsession, the I can't stop thinking about them feeling, that's not love. That's not even chemistry. That's your nervous system being activated. Let me explain. When you meet someone who is inconsistent, who pulls you in and then pushes you away, your nervous system goes into alert mode. You feel anxious, on the edge, hypervigilant, constantly scanning. Does he still like me? Did I do something wrong? Is he going to leave? And your body reads that anxiety as attraction. Because when you were a child, love came with anxiety, came with uncertainty, with having to work for it. So now, as an adult, when you feel that familiar anxiety, your child part thinks, this must be love. This is what love feels like. But that's not love. That's activation. That's your trauma response being triggered. Real love, mature adult love, doesn't feel like a roller coaster. It feels like safety, steadiness. It feels like coming home. And if that sounds boring to you, it's because your system hasn't learned to trust safety yet. Now, I want to introduce you to a framework that is going to change how you see yourself in relationships. In transactional analysis, we have 3 ego states: parent, adult, and child. These aren't just metaphors. These are actual parts of you that get activated in different situations. The child is the part of you that holds your early emotional experiences, your wounds, your unmet needs, your survival strategies. When your child is running your love life, you're operating from I'm not okay, I need someone to validate me, I need someone to choose me so I can finally feel worth it. The parent is the internalized voice of authority. The rules, beliefs, and judgments you absorb from your caregivers and your culture. When your parent is running your love life, you hear in your mind things like, all men are the same. Men are just like this. Love is supposed to be hard. Stop being so needy. You can't have everything. This is the voice that normalizes emotional unavailability, that convinces you scarcity is just the reality you need to cope with. But then there's the adult. The adult is the part of you that lives in the present, that evaluate the facts, and that see things as they are, not as you wish they were. When your adult is running your love life, you ask, is this person actually available? Is this person able to give me what I need emotionally in all levels in a romantic relationship? Is this what I actually want for my future? And here's the shift that I want you to make. Mature love requires two adults. Not a child trying to be chosen, not a parent trying to fix or save someone, but two adults who are emotionally available, willing, responsible, and present. Now let's talk about how this play out in real relationships. In transactional analysis, there's a concept called games. Unconscious patterns we repeat to avoid real intimacy while staying connected. One of the most common games is try and catch me. This one is so common with my clients. You chase, they run. You pull back, they chase. You get close, they disappear. It is a dance, and it feels like passion, but really it's just two people avoiding the vulnerability of actually being seen. Another example of game is yes, but. You try to help them, you offer solutions, they say yes, but nothing changes. And you stay because you take on the role of the rescuer, the one who believes, if I just love them enough, they will heal. They will finally be available. But here's the truth. You can't rescue someone into emotional availability. And the reason you keep trying is because unconsciously your child believes, if I can fix them, maybe I can finally fix the part of me that feels unworthy. It's like you're trying to prove something. This is what's called repetition compulsion. Your psychic is trying to resolve an old wound by recreating with new people. You're trying to win the game you lost as a child. Trying to finally be chosen by the parent who couldn't fully see you. But you're using the wrong people and it will never work. Because the only person who can heal that wound is you. So let's redefine something. Intimacy is not intensity. Intimacy is not drama. It's not the high of being chosen after being ignored. It's not the relief of finally getting a text back after 3 days of silence. Yeah. Intimacy is openness, consistency, emotional responsibility. And you can identify an emotionally available partner when they show up, when they say they will, when they communicate clearly and honestly, when they can tolerate closeness without shutting down, when they take responsibility for their emotions, and they are willing to grow and repair when things get hard, because it eventually will. It's part of the relationship to go through challenges. And here's what you need to hear: a partner like this exists, but you will only attract them or be able to receive them once you shift from your child to your adult. So here's the upgrade. Instead of waiting to be chosen, you start to choose. When you're operating from your child, you ask, does he like me? Am I enough for him? Or what do I need to do to make him stay? But when you shift into your adult, you ask, do I feel safe here? Is this person giving me what I need? Are their actions aligned with what I want in a relationship? And here's what happens when you start to make that shift. You lose interest in people who are unavailable. You stop chasing people who can't meet you. You stop making excuses for their inconsistency. And you stop mistaking anxiety for love. That's when you start building relationships based on mutual presence, respect, and emotional responsibility. And this is not about being cold. This is not about building walls. It's about discernment and knowing what you want and knowing your worth. That's when you start to refuse to accept crumbs when you deserve the whole meal. Now, I know this work is deep, and sometimes hearing is one thing, but integrating it, actually shifting the pattern in your nervous system, is a whole another. If you're recognizing yourself in this pattern and you want support to break it at the root, I'll be honored to work with you. In my one-on-one soul sessions, we go deeper. We don't just talk about the pattern, we work systemically and somatically to release it from your body. We identify where your child is still running the show. We strengthen your adult so you can restore your capacity to receive mature love because you deserve it. If this feels aligned, you can find the link to book a session in the show notes. But for now, let's move into a practice together. This practice is based on the forces of love from Family Constellation. If you want to learn more about them, I have a whole series explaining each one of them. This exercise is a way of working with your system, your body, your psychic, and lineage, so you can release old patterns and open yourself to new possibilities. Find a comfortable position, sitting or standing, whatever feels right for you. Place your feet on the ground. Feel the support beneath you. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Close your eyes if you feel safe to do so. First, I want you to acknowledge what was. Place one hand on your heart and say this, out loud or silently. I see the part of me that learned to accept the last. I see the child who had to earn love. I honor her. She did what she could to survive. Just let that land. You're not fixing anything. You're just seeing it and embracing it as it is. Now, with your hand still on your heart, you can say, I thank the child who carried this. She kept me safe in the only way she knew how. But I don't need to survive anymore. I am safe now. Breathe. And now I want you to imagine the pattern of choosing emotionally unavailable partners as something you've been carrying like a heavy bag. See it clearly and feel where it lives in your body. And now gently place it down on the ground in front of you. Say, I leave with the past what belongs to the past. This pattern served me once and I'm thankful, but it is not mine to carry anymore. Take a breath and notice how your body feels. Now place both hands on your belly and say, I've grown up. I'm an adult now. I choose who I allow into my life and who I give my energy to. I am my own source of safety. Feel that. Let your body remember. Finally, open your arms slightly, palms facing up, as if you are opening yourself to receive, and say, I am available for mature love, for consistency, and for a partner who meets me as an equal. I trust that what is meant for me will find me. Take one more deep breath in and then out. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Let's bring this all together. Here is what we explored today. If you keep attracting emotionally unavailable partners, it's not bad luck. It is a pattern rooted in your early experiences of love. You learned to accept emotional crumbs because that's what was available. But now, as an adult, your child part still believes that's what love looks like. We talked about strokes, the emotional recognition you needed as a child, and how the quality of the strokes you received shaped what you're willing to accept today. We explore three ego states: the child who waits to be chosen, the parent who normalizes scarcity, and the adult who evaluates and chooses. And here's the shift. Mature love requires you to move from your child to your adult. Think of your adult self caring and nurturing your child so she can rest and you can take control. So you can stop asking, does he choose me? And start asking, do I choose this? And you stop mistaking anxiety for attraction and start seeing safety as love. And we did a systemic somatic exercise to help your body release the old pattern and open to the new. And here's what I want you to take with you. You're not broken. You are not choosing wrong because you're unworthy. You are just operating from an old system, a system designed to keep you safe in childhood, but that no longer serves you now. And today you did the work to upgrade that system. You moved from the child who waits to the adult who chooses. And that changes everything. If this session landed deeply for you and you're ready to do this work at the root, to break the pattern, not just intellectually, but in your body, in your system, in your energy, I'll be honored to support you. In my one-on-one soul sessions, we work together to identify where your child is still running the show, so you can embody your adult self and restore your capacity for mature decisions and to receive consistent and balanced love. You can book a session with me through the link in the show notes. And if you want to continue this work, I invite you to subscribe to my newsletter, The Soul Session. Each week, straight to your inbox, you will receive exclusive insights, practices, and reflections. The link is in the description as well. Before I go, I want to remind you, your softness is your superpower. Thank you so much for being here, for doing this work and choosing yourself. Sending you so much love. Until next time. If you made it to the end of this episode, it means you're truly committed to healing your heart and living in true alignment. I see you, and I'm so proud of you. Make sure to subscribe to the Soul Session so you never miss our weekly time together. And if you enjoy what you heard, please leave a review and share your biggest takeaway. I'll love to hear from you. For exclusive content straight to your inbox, subscribe to my weekly newsletter. And if you're ready to quantum leap into your next level, book a one-on-one session with me. You'll find all links in the description. Thank you for being here. Sending you so much love. Until next time.